Well, Billy, this is for the last time this season of the regular NBA season that we are here. Oh, man. John Brown is already fired up. I'm so damn sick of this team. Why? Look, John is regular exhibition game. You know, they weren't going to come out here and play their hardest tonight. We knew that. But Billy, we have some breaking news, Billy. We have breaking news. It has been confirmed that the Dallas Mavericks will take on the Los Angeles Clippers in the first round of the playoffs. It has been confirmed with tonight's loss.
Yeah, I saw that. Clippers could not get a win tonight against those lowly OKC Thunder. And so, yeah, they took an L, pushing them out of the third seed back to number 4. Mavericks, no doing of their own, got the 5th seed awarded to them tonight by way of the Los Angeles Lakers handling business. So
total accident.
They will be the 5th seed. Yeah, so we kind of backed into that, but be that as it is, Mavericks and Clippers, first round, there's going to be a lot of good, interesting matchups, but the one that we're here to focus on is the Mavericks and Clippers. It'll be fun. Round 2, we get to hate the Clippers again. We get some more Luka and Marcus Morris action. The Clippers going to look a little different this year.
Oh, no. We're not going to have that situation again. We're not going to have that again.
I don't think you will either. I mean, for whatever reason, I don't. You know what? A lot of people look at this as a revenge series, and I guess you could call it that just based on the fact you're playing them. But the same level of animosity, I don't think, is there. The Clippers changed too much as a team for that to be there. It looks as if we'll have KP available.
I think that was more of a Dallas thing. I think that was more of a Dallas thing.
I don't think the people up in LA. Yeah, big deal out of it. I don't think the people of LA, I think the Clippers fans look at us like, oh man, those damn Mavericks. It's not like that, I think the Mavericks forced them to respect us a little bit. But it'll be interesting to see how with KP and a couple extra guys out there and just a year of playoffs under their belt, see how that experience helps them out this year. So I'm excited to see it, man. I think it's a great matchup. I wanted Denver, but I think the Mavericks, I mean, depending on how they come out there and play, and you got 2 good coaches, 2 championship caliber coaches in Ty Lue, Ric Carlisle. You got Kawhi, Luka, Paul George, KP, and I think it's a good matchup.
Can you explain it though? Why is it that you want Denver?
Can you
please explain why it is you want Denver? Why is it that you want Denver in the first round? Why is that?
Well, the reason I want Denver in the first round is first and foremost, man, I think playoff experience, and I think matchups matter. I think everybody kind of looks at the Denver Nuggets, say, oh, they have the MVP. Well, yeah, they do. Everyone says, oh, they're deep. And I keep trying to people, when it comes to the NBA playoffs, I don't care how deep you are in the regular season. You can run 10, 11 men deep. That's going to shrink in playoffs because you're playing against one team. You need to have a deep bench over the course of a season because guys get injured. You're playing back-to-backs. There's certain matchups. You're going to play the same team for up to 7 games, having to win 4 of them. And there might not be a good matchup for 2 of those guys on your bench. Vice versa for the Mavericks. The Mavericks are a halfway decent team off the bench as well. But the lineups are going to shrink. There are going to be guys who don't necessarily get playing time on both sides. I just think playing against Joker and having to deal with him, the rest of those guys outside Jamal Murray and maybe Michael Porter Jr. I'm kind of up and down on them. They play well the majority of the season, but I think at any given time, I think you could take those guys. Obviously, that's not going to be the case, but I just thought that would be a better matchup for the Mavericks or whatever. And Joker is not going to have a good matchup for him defensively. I don't know. People keep talking about who he's going to guard. I don't know who he's going to guard. Who would he have guarded? If he would have guarded KP's giving him 30 every night. Every night. Every night. Because there's not a matchup for him. He's not athletic enough to stay out on the perimeter. He's not going to do that. He's going to get his offensively, but he can't do that. He's not some big shot blocker. KP would give him fits in that pick and roll. They just roll him over there and keep him in that pick and roll all night long. But again, it's wishful thinking at this point. I mean, we got these Clippers, so we have to deal with Kawhi and PG and playoff Rondo. So, we'll see
right here. Rondo and Cousins scare me off the bench. Comes from David Barber.
I'm not.
You're not the least bit of
David. Not in the least bit. DeMarcus Cousins is that's done. I don't. That's a name to me at this point. I respect him. I think in spot minutes he could do stuff for you. He'll be their fake tough guy if you want him to be that. But I mean, do I think he's going to be a guy they're going to run the offense through? No, he's going to give you spot minutes. And the Mavericks just got to make sure that he doesn't disrupt the game by giving them 12, 15 points unexpectedly. Rondo is going to settle them. I do like that for the Clippers. Rondo will help settle them offensively and take the ball out of Kawhi's hands and then get the ball to Kawhi in certain moments. So, I mean, the Clippers have done some things to kind of upgrade their team, but do I think Rondo could check Luka? No. Luka's going to have his way in this series. We've already proven they have nobody that can check him. They have nobody.
They really don't, but Kawhi won't shut him down, but Kawhi give him fits. I mean, there is no, and then it also depends on his people around him. You know, when he passes you the ball, you got to knock those shots down now. Ain't gonna be no more this year. We got to knock them down. They got to fall.
Yeah, that's going to be the key thing. I mean, that's not on him. I mean, Luka will get his numbers. I think he'll pass the ball around. Guys, like you said, they'll have to knock down shots. THJ is going to have to come up big. He's going to have to knock down shots. Finney Smith, knock down shots. Melly, when you're in the game, knock down shots. KP, we know what you're capable of doing. We saw glimpses of it last year before you got hurt against the Clippers. You could be a vital force. Luka's going to do what he's got to do. Like I say, Luka and Kawhi, I think they're going to cancel each other out. I think Paul expect him to be pandemic P this year. He's playing a lot better.
Well, let's say he doesn't. Let's say he doesn't turn to pandemic P. Who you putting on him? Finney?
That's going to have to be a Finney Smith situation. I'm sorry, not Finney Smith. Because what's the name of pick up Finney Smith starting the game? Dorian. I think that.
Could you throw
Dorian will pick up Kawhi to start up the game.
Could you throw kick Dorian?
I would throw. Yeah, depending on what Rick does as far as his offense, his lineup, that's what I'm interested to see. When this play starts, is Rick going to run Josh Richardson back into the starting lineup for defense, or are you going to put THJ out there? I think THJ will be better suited coming off the bench in this playoff series. Again, only time will tell, but it's going to be about coaching and who's third, fourth, and fifth guys are more productive in the series. And I think the Mavericks have a chance in that matchup, but if Mavs fans are expecting Luka to go for 40 every night, that's not realistic. If you're expecting KP to go for 30 every night, realistic. You need your role players in the playoffs because everyone's going to focus on stopping the key players. Your role players are going to have to step up, and I'm interested to see whose role players are going to be better suited to step up and make plays when the game's on the line, be it the Clippers guys or the Mavericks guys. So only time will tell. We'll start finding out either here on Saturday or Sunday. Playoffs set to start this weekend.
Well, let's find out what role players stepped up in tonight's game as we go to the highlights. Take a look at some things over here, Billy. Oh, these are low lights, not highlights. The low lights, as EA called them.
Yeah.
It's not a good look for the Mavericks tonight. coming off a win the other night to the Toronto Raptors. Barely,
Mm.
barely win to the Toronto Raptors the other night. Did you see some of that, Billy?
I saw bits and pieces of it while I was working. I think when it got
Right,
down
because
to
the
the
man
fourth
had his
quarter,
foot
I
on your
looked up
neck.
at one point. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And he tried to do that to me again today. I wasn't standing
Uh,
for it, but but yeah, no, I caught the end of the Mavs and Raptors game, or maybe about to the 5 6 minute point. And the Mavs, I thought they had it in hand. Then I looked, and it was like a 4 point game late in the game. I'm like, what happened? So yeah, they barely got away with one against the Raptors, and then tonight just looked like they just didn't even show up, and that has to concern you as a Maverick going into the playoffs here,
I was kind
right?
of like,
Because we don't want to just.
tonight. I was kind of like, man,
Mhm.
if they're gonna play like this, just pull Luka and KP the rest of the night. Let everybody else play. Just let's not do this. Let's not put Luka out here and have him risking injury or KP risking injury. If they're playing like this, just let the young guys go and TM and kick doors, get him back in the rhythm or something. Just let them go. Just not take Luke and KP off.
Yeah, well, I mean, I could have understood that logic too, but I think at the same time they thought that they needed to. They weren't sure what was going to happen with either the Blazers or the Lakers. So they had to go out there and give it effort. But my thing is, after a while, when you noticed you were getting blown out, I wish you would have just pulled those guys, save that extra 5 or 6 minutes that we had them out there playing. We did not. I knew about the second quarter we weren't going to win this game. Energy wasn't there. We looked lowly. We look kind of depressed out there playing. Maybe this team is just ready to go ahead and get into the playoffs. I mean, sometimes when you look at when you know it's made and you're already going to the playoffs, yeah, I think it's hard to kind of this the last game of the season doesn't really mean anything. Nah, whatever. And that's the way the Mavericks played it tonight. I don't agree with that logic, but I mean I think that's how they came out. But it's over with. No one got hurt. Everyone's healthy. So again, and now we have what today is Sunday. So we have
Mm-hmm.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You have 5 days, potentially 6 days to prepare for a first round playoff game. That gives guys times to get back. That gives Maxie a little extra time. Gives you time to practice. It also helps that you're playing the same team, so you know what their system is and what they like to do. So this is a
Well,
time
different
to
coach now.
prepare as a coach.
It's a different coach this year,
Well, I
so
don't.
they're not
Yeah, I don't think they changed up that much. The offense is still the same. I don't see any
Oh no, it's
differences
not.
in how they run their offense.
It is a lot because Paul, like what's the name said, Paul George. Um, then what's Doc Rivers tried to use him as a spot up shooter last year, and that they're not doing that.
Well,
They're
even
not
okay.
doing
Well,
that.
even if they're not running the same, even if they're not running the same X's and O's. I mean, the thing is, you're playing against guys what their tendencies are. You know what Kawhi Leonard likes to do when he gets in the lane. You know what Paul George likes to do. Yeah, so there's familiarity there, regardless of whether it's the exact plays, X's and O's, shooting off this elbow versus that one. You are very familiar with us, and equally, they're very, very familiar with you as well. So, like I said, this is going to come down to coaching. You have 5 or 6 days to start praying and everything, and these teams know each other. They feel like they know each other well, and I I'm looking forward to that first game and the first time an elbow is thrown and gets a little chippy. That's when we know the NBA playoffs are here.
Jaden McDaniel says the guy they keep showing on the screen here was the one who got his shine on the night. You want to make a name for yourself. Ball against Dallas because Jaden McDaniels gave him 19 tonight as they keep showing his face here on the screen. But there's something that is concerning me about this team, Billy, and this has been going on for the past 2 nights. The defense has been atrocious. That Toronto game was terrible. That defense.
Yeah, they're not a good defensive team. Period. I know what they said they're putting emphasis into during the offseason. But this is not a good defensive team, just all the way around. I mean, you don't really have bigs that support you when your guards get beat in the paint. I mean, KP is about the best thing we have defensively in the paint. Next to Cauley Stein, but KP's not a banger down there. I mean, he can help alter shots, but he's not a banger down there. Neither is Cauley Stein. Boban, You know,
Oh, there he
that's
is.
not his team.
Look,
So
you were questioning if he was going to be getting the shot ready or whatever. You see this? He's hitting. KP is hitting the shots. He gave you 18 tonight.
he's getting back in the rhythm.
Yeah, he's getting back in the rhythm. Your guy, big
Yeah,
stops. Oh wait, I forgot. This is
yeah,
what
he's
you
getting
guys
back in
do.
the rhythm.
This is what you guys do, though. This is what you guys do.
Mm.
This is what you
What's
guys
that? I
do
missed
over.
it.
This is what you guys
Oh.
do over in the KP camp. You know, you guys show up ready to go when your number's called, right?
Oh yeah. We don't. Yeah. Again, this is nothing new to us. I
Yeah.
don't know what everybody else is used to. This is nothing new to us. 18 was a light night for us, and we didn't even play most of the third and damn near the fourth, nothing in the fourth. So, it could have easily been a 30-point night. But the thing is, man, it's these other guys out there, they're going to have to step up, man. Defensively, I mean, you're going to have to get some guys out there that can defend out on the perimeter. I'm going to tell you like this, too. I don't know what other people think, but, Walt, I like to see Josh Green get some minutes in the playoffs. And the reason
Quite
I say
possibly he
that, I know
could.
he's young.
Quite possibly he
Yeah,
could.
but I think in a series like this will be good because you're going to need those extra fouls. You're going to need somebody who's going to make it. Um, I like putting him out there, maybe putting him on Rondo and just make it really, really tough for him to facilitate the offense. I
KP is the
don't know
key
that I
in the
want to throw him out there.
KP is the key
Yeah,
piece in the
absolutely, John.
playoffs.
Yeah,
Wow.
he is. People forget we didn't have him last year. It was just a short, less than a year ago. Okay, less than a year ago, everyone was saying, "Hey, if KP was playing, we would have won the series." I've heard people NBA
Well,
wise say it. I've heard Shannon Sharp mention it. We don't have any. We can't confirm that would have been the absolute case. But I tell you what, they would have had a much better chance of winning that series if he was there. And he knows that. He knows that. He knows what he's capable of, and he's on the big. He's on the big lights. The stage is bright for him right now, and he knows people are looking. People question him as far as his toughness. What better time and place than the NBA playoffs against a team that you were balling against last year to show up and show out and silence taters, man. So I hope KP comes out and balls and plays well. Him and Luka hope they can find a way to work well together on the floor. And man, let's see what they can come up with. I can't wait. I'm glad this game is over. This was dead to me. I didn't have any energy for this, but come Saturday, I'll be fired up and ready to go. Saturday
or
be
Sunday. I'm hoping we can get a Sunday. I'm hoping we get a Sunday game.
go.
Really hope we can get a Sunday game. I'm hoping we can.
Okay.
I'm hoping we can
Oh
really
yeah,
get a
that'd be
Sunday
awesome.
game going. Hold on, I'm sending a
Yep.
link. I'm sending a link out for everybody who wants to join the broadcast here. Anybody? Of course, I know who's ready to fire up and come get a piece of you here in a few minutes. It won't shock you once he hops on here.
Who
But
that?
yeah. So
D Kendrick.
yeah, the Kendrick.
My God.
But yeah, Billy. You know, it's the lesser of two evils, man. Either getting the Clippers or getting Denver in the first round. You just didn't. It's just I would love to see the Mavericks advance in this round, but this is one of those situations where we just want to see them at least get it to 6 or 7 games in this series. Well, Billy,
Yeah.
it didn't take long. Go ahead,
Absolutely.
finish what you. I'll go ahead and finish it before I put him on. Go ahead, finish what you were saying real quick.
No, you're right for a 6 or 7 series or whatever. I just want to see a good competitive series, even if the Mavs win the series. Nobody expects the Mavs to win a championship this year, but I do want to see a good competitive series from them. And I think they're capable of giving us that, man. It's just going to be about the matchups and what's going on. And, hopefully no one gets injured. But I'm telling you, there's something to be said about two teams that just played each other in the playoffs last year. They're familiar. That feeling is still fresh. When you get out there on that floor and Luka looks across Marcus Moore, and not saying there's drama there, but when you look across, you see that guy, and Paul George looks across and sees, Finney Smith and these guys, and they remember some of those conversations. That blood is going to get to boiling, man. And turns out a good series. I'm really hoping for that.
Well, look no further. The guy who I told you might be looking for you tonight is here. He has joined the stream. He actually helped me out Friday night when in your absence due to the man putting his foot on your neck. But
I saw that when I went back and watched. I did.
Yeah. The Kendrick is joining the broadcast, man. How you doing tonight, Kendrick?
What's up, my man? What's happening?
What's going
Billy,
on?
where were you last the other night, man? Hello?
What's up, man? I just barely called you.
Okay. I was just asking, bro. I was saying, where were you last the other night, man? I was saying, dang, man, I'm wondering gonna give me Billy's check the other night, man.
No, you know,
it's good to see you, brother.
Here's the way it works.
It's good to see you.
Oh yeah, likewise, man. It's always good to see you. You know how it is, man. You the man gets the call, and man, they don't want to hear nothing about any other engagements or nothing like that. When they want you, they want you. So I got caught up in that nonsense.
I know how it is. Well, we got Clippers Mavs. I tweeted it out. I said, this series gonna tell a lot about the fate of the others for the Mavericks. All the Dwight Powells, the Willie Cauley-Steins, the Dodos, the Kick Doors, all these other guys. It's gonna tell their fate because it's gonna decide whether you go forward. Even Timmy, whether you go forward with these guys or you're going to have to make some moves in the offseason.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad you brought that up, man, because that's so true. I had the conversation personally with somebody yesterday, as a matter of fact. This playoff run is not about Luka and KP. For the most part, we know they're going to be back here. This is huge for THJ. This is huge for Trey Burke. This is huge for Cauley-Stein and the Maxi Klebers of the world. Remember last year, Kendrick, Maxi Kleber couldn't buy a bucket, and he got a lot of open looks for three. He could not buy one last year.
Tons of open looks.
And I tell you what.
So it's huge for those role players.
And I tell you what, this going to tell somewhat the fate. I kind of want to push back on you, Billy, when you talk about you got two great coaches. Listen, I don't know if I consider Ric Carlisle a great coach, but Ty Lue is a coach because he was LeBron's friend.
Right.
I mean, the man literally told him in Cleveland to sit his behind down, and he sat his behind down. He said, "You're not coaching this team out here." I respect Ty Lue. He won a title, but that was basically LeBron doing all that.
So what you're saying, Kendrick, is that if Ric Carlisle were to lose to Ty Lue, you could see a situation where it might be time to move on for Ric Carlisle, is what you're trying to say.
No, if he loses, but if they get the doors blown off on him, because the playoffs I consider the playoffs is where your coaching does really matter. In the regular season, you play teams every different night, so you can get away with talent. But in the playoffs, you're gonna see that team every night. So schemes matter, adjustments matter. This is where your coaching is supposed to matter. Yeah. And if Ric Carlisle, I'm just saying, if the Mavs lose in 6 or 7 games, no. But if they get swept or lose badly in 5, if you're Rick and Donnie, you have to look, say, hey, bro, they calling you a top 3 coach. Well, if you're a top 3 coach, you're not supposed to be getting your doors blown off in 4 or 5 games. You're supposed to your adjustments and your coaching accolades supposed to keep this a competitive series. So it's going to tell the fate of Rick. I'm not saying that you get rid of him, but after the next season, I'm gonna say if they don't get past the first round this season, after the next season, this team has to have improvement going forward, because that'd be going into year 4, Luka. Year 3 of basically this team in playoff. I'm just going forward right now. Then this has to this has to start pushing forward, where you start getting the second rounds, because now you're wasting Luka's prime years. You're wasting KP's prime years.
That Rick is not going to be here for anyways.
Yeah, but I'm just giving him an end, because as much as what you and me may not think that maybe he shouldn't be here for these next years. I'm pretty sure the owner is going to give him every option of staying as much as he can, because I don't think he really wants to make a change. I don't think he's more Jerry like that. He's comfortable in the guys that's underneath him that he just say, hey, handle it.
I mean, makes sense. Makes sense.
But I'm just saying, this gonna tell a fate. If I'm looking at the Mavericks as far as their others, all these guys that Harper almost made me throw the remote TV set today.
I told you.
Because he was talking, boy, this team is deep. This boy's team is deep when they almost getting 30 ball with the starters is still off in there. Boy, this team is just so deep. Listen, just don't understand. This team Harper, stop it. Harper, stop it. I understand they paying you, bro. I understand Skin Wade and all the rest. They got to homer it up, but Harper, come on, bro, stop it. It was getting funny as heck. Boy, they so deep. This team can shoot the lights out while they getting 30 ball. Come on, Harper.
No, the funniest thing he said was, there's not a lot of issues with this Mavericks team between them and other teams. There's really the Mavericks.
There's no issue.
There's really no deficiencies in their game.
No deficiency. Why the guys we don't know, the Minnesota Timberwolves are going in for layup after layup after dunk after layup after lob dunk after steal to lob dunk after open three after corner open three after top of the key open three after other corner open three after whoever this dude is number 3 scoring. What he's got 15 points in the first quarter or something. I'm saying, come on, Harp, stop.
Jaden McDaniels. That's Jaden McDaniels.
Yeah, that's it.
All night.
Yeah,
that's who it is. Jake. Who? I'm like Charles Barkley. Who he played for?
Right.
Minnesota Timberwolves. Right. Who he played for? That's who he played for.
Is he better than is he better than anybody? Is he better than our wings on the Mavs? I was looking at him now. I said, is that guy look like he may be better than Dodo, man? Maybe he can start here.
Hey,
he can dribble better. He can dribble better. He can handle better than Dodo.
Probably is.
I'll tell you something else that was egregious that was said tonight by the broadcast. They were like, when they came out at halftime, he was like, I think Skin was like, well, they're on pace to score right now. Minnesota Timberwolves on pace to score 135 points. And they're not gonna get 135. I don't think they're not.
I said, 135. Them boys look like they finna push 150. They had 91. What? 91 at halfway through the third quarter, something like that.
If you look at the score right here on the screen, I believe the score is 121 to 136.
136, yeah. I know. Listen, they homers, man. They got to do their homers, but it got crazy in that game a while ago. You couldn't help but listen to the commentary because the game was out of hand. Harper talking about this team is deep.
Right.
There's no deficiencies in this team. They're good defensively. I said, come on, Harper, stop, bro.
Hey.
Stop.
The other one the other night where me and Billy almost died was when he said Josh Richardson doesn't miss a whole lot of open shots. We were like, oh my God.
I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that.
Billy, that's when Billy's about ready to throw his remote to the TV screen now.
If he wasn't missing a whole bunch of shots, why did he get pushed down to the bench?
Right.
Yeah, man. I tell you what, man. Common sense says if you're hitting shots, you're not on the bench. So,
okay. Billy brought up this point earlier that I want to get back on real quick, Kendrick.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed that Tim Hardaway Jr. is starting right now, but I don't want him starting in the playoffs. I need him coming off the bench. I need that energy. I need that energy coming off the bench. And I was going to bring it up, but Billy beat me to the punch. But yes. I do not want Tim Hardaway Jr. starting in any playoff game. I need him coming off the bench firing away, especially in the Clipper series.
Yeah, you need scoring because the bottom line is it's going with that wing. I don't know if Pat Bev going to be starting along. Is he the starter on the as far as the point guard position? Or is it Rondo?
It's Pat Bev. Rondo comes off.
Okay, so you got Pat Bev, you got You got Pat Bev, you got Kawhi, you got PG. So the scoring is gonna be difficult all the way around. So I would much rather have THJ coming off the bench with Brunson to kind of provide. I don't know if we can win the as far as the points scoring on the starters position, but I think if we can get Brunson and get TSJ on there, I think we can win the bench scoring production.
We're gonna throw kick doors on Paul George is what we're gonna do.
Man, listen,
Anybody
with me have kick doors and I would rather have Dodo defense kind of dipped in the last couple of weeks.
No. They talk about his defense all the time on the broadcast. They say he's one of the best defensive players on the roster.
Yeah, but last couple of weeks I've been seeing him. My eyes been looking the last couple of weeks. Him been getting blown by a lot off the dribble, straight up off the dribble. No pick and roll, just straight up by just guys. So,
yeah,
that may be an issue there. But I would like to have THJ. I think is better when he's playing against everybody's twos.
Well, Josh Richards is gonna get some of that Kawhi action too. He gonna get Kawhi and Paul George. He getting both of them, Billy. He's gonna see both. He's gonna see action from both of them to start off, Billy.
Well, I want people to understand this when it comes to Jay Rich, and let's be fair about this. I'm sure you guys can agree. We don't need to judge Jay Rich on Paul George scored this many points. Kawhi scored. These guys they're going to get there for the most part. What I'm wanting Josh Richardson and Dorian Finney-Smith and Maxey, whoever's matching up on these guys, make it difficult for them. You have to make it difficult. Make them work. And I say start making it difficult. I'm talking about denying them the ball when they get into a half-court set. Make them work to get to the ball, and then make them work to score it. Now, if you're just letting them just run to a certain spot like Kawhi last year in the series, run to a spot, they give him the ball, he turns around and gets to the same spot to shoot over and over again, you're not doing your job. You have got to do your work early. That's why I like Patrick Beverly. I want him on this Mavericks team because he's not going to let you have that comfortable feeling of just getting the ball underneath your own basket and walking it up. He's going to hound you and make you uncomfortable up and down the floor consistently. And by way of doing that, as the course of the game goes over, it's like, man, this guy, he's annoying. That's why people end up swatting at him like a fly and, catching offensive foul. All that stuff because he's gotten into them and irritating them. You have got to bring that same type of thing to Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, because otherwise letting them run down and run off of screens to get to their points, going to both give you 30 every night, and you will stand no chance. So you got to start your work early and stay active, and it's got to be team defense.
Billy,
I would say picking them up full court.
Billy,
I would like to see that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Billy, who's locking up? Who's going to have the challenge of taking on my guy, Zubac Shakur down there in the paint?
Oh my God,
who's coming? Who's coming to get some Zubac? Zubac Shakur down there.
He'll. Well, I'm not worried about him at all. Like I tell you all the time, I'm never concerned about him because he can run up and down the floor and transition all he wants to. Yeah, I don't know what all this hype is about him or whatever. Because what I do know is y'all are telling me about a guy who's going to get these putbacks and everything. I want to know who is going to guard. That's what I need to know. We know he could get putbacks. Anybody can get putbacks. That's fine. I want to know who is he going to guard. Is he going to be his matchup? He can't. There's no matchup for him. So if the Mavericks are smart, they'll attack that. Now, will they do that? They didn't do it all long, so I don't know if they will. But there's not a matchup for him out there.
I don't know why you.
We can talk about him running up and down the floor all you want to.
I don't know why you talking about
well, no, you can't go according to him.
According to Hart, we got Willie Cauley-Stein. See, Willie's back, and he ain't having none of that. I say, good Lord.
According to look, Billy, I don't know why you're talking about attacking Zubac. You know what we do on this team. That's all we do, baby. We shoot threes. There's gonna be no attacking the basket.
You go shoot.
It's gonna be threes. You think just because it's the playoffs that the 3-point shooting is stopping? No,
they gonna be shooting threes.
It's gonna be 3-point shooting team. It's gonna be three. Yeah, the numbers show us, sir, that the 3-point shot is effective and it works.
Well, I mean, so they were a 3-point shooting team last year too, and they ran to the They went to the basket at will last year. So I don't see what's changed. I mean, I see somebody put in they have Ibaka and all that stuff, and I forgot all about Serge Ibaka. He can block shots at the rim, but you know what?
Hey, sir,
if you go at him,
sir,
you can get him in foul trouble.
That's Serge Ibaka, not Ibaka, Ibaka.
And I would love to have him. In fact, if you give me Serge, put him on this team, I may give the Mavs an edge in this series.
Oh, you got a jersey for him?
Yeah, shoot, I got a jersey for him. He better than anybody the Mavs got in their front court right now. Except for KP.
Yeah, but that's not saying
put him
much.
and KP beside each other.
Yeah, but that's not saying much. I mean, we can walk around calling Serge, he blocking all that stuff. That shit is old, man. That shit is dead. That guy dead. That guy died 2-3 years ago. I don't know what all this extra
Billy just
hype
cursed
is on these guys.
Well, Serge going to end up with 15, 10, 5 blocks in the first game. And Billy goes, oh, my. What are we doing? Well, I mean, what the hell are we doing?
Billy's the same guy. Billy's the same guy who gave Depot 7, Dwight Powell, Depot 7 nickname. Okay, that's this guy right here. This guy right here.
Yeah.
In the top
I'm gonna call
corner.
you Billy Hart. I'm gonna call you Billy Hart when it comes.
Watch my guy. Well, I got in the playoffs.
Billy, stop. Billy, damn it, Billy, we're not going to go through the same damn thing with you now. We're not going to go this damn same thing. Billy.
In a series like this could work for him. I'm telling you. In a series like this can work for him.
Billy, we saw. Okay.
Who? Okay. So you know what Depot, you know what Dwight Powell's what his game is, right? You know what his game is. So
what is his game?
So what's the matchup for him? Who when Dwight Powell's on the floor, who's guarding him? That's a legit question. Who's guarding him?
They're probably gonna put Zubac at him.
Leave him on him. Leave him on him and come see me after that game. Leave Zubac on him and then come see me after that. You bring with you.
What we gonna do with him?
Bring your paperwork.
What we gonna do with him?
So I just want to make sure I got this right, Billy. So you're saying that Zubac on Dwight Powell's barbecue chicken.
What I'm telling you is that Dwight Powell is more active than Zubac. He's more athletic than Zubac, and his game does not work well with what Zubac does defensively, which is nothing.
So
there are opportunities for him to score. Listen, you act like Zubac is some scoring machine. He's not. Zubac's not some scoring machine. What are we talking about?
Yeah, but what Dwight giving you defensively? Is Dwight gonna box him out on rebounds?
Here's the deal. Go ahead.
I love when you say, "Here's the deal, Billy."
John Brown says Zubac would destroy Depot 7.
Billy, don't be shocked.
Okay, like I say, I got my notepad here. John Brown, all you guys, make sure you come back and see me.
Oh, you got
come back and see me. What I'm telling y'all is,
you got receipts.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. This is where we struggle. And when we
God,
go ahead.
Billy, this guy got pictures of photographs of you or something. I mean, I thought he had photographs with on Cuban. That's why he stayed on the team. But do he got photographs with you or something? Compromising position or something? I mean, what?
No. Listen. Here's the deal. I'm gonna take you like my boy Joe Biden does, man. That's where I got that from. Here's the deal. When it comes to Dwight Powell, say that that's a favorable matchup for him with his style of play and what he does for this team. It works out. We got to get away from when we're doing basketball and we're doing analysis of basketball. Scoring is scoring, right? Okay, so it's a bucket. Whether you're playing with your back to the basket with a hook shoulder or a right shoulder, whatever. Scoring is scoring. Now, we can't sit there and say, hey, Zubac, he runs down the floor and he's just faster than the opposing center and he gets all these putbacks and we're talking about him as a scoring weapon, but then turn around and say that scoring can give you by way of oops and all that stuff is not the same. Zubac is not a good defender in any way. You should not even mention the word defense and him. He's not.
Neither should mention
with
Dwight
I would
Powell.
make the statement that Dwight Powell. Yeah, but Dwight Powell's better than him. But Dwight is better than him. That's what I'm saying. Dwight is better than Zubac.
Okay.
Defensively,
hey, put your name on it.
He's better than Zubac.
Hey, I'm proud of you.
Hey,
if you going for that, put your name on it. Then hey, go ahead, brother. More power to you. But
I never hear anyone tell me about anyone telling me what Zubac does defense. No one. I've always asked that question, but no one's ever able to answer me. What does Zubac do defensively for you? And don't worry, I'll wait. I got plenty of time.
Did you read this? Did you read this one here, David Barber? He says, "I'm laughing at the idea of the Clippers coaching staff game planning for Depot."
but see, that's the thing. Nobody they're not going game plan. Need to play it. They're not going to game plan for Carlisle Stein and those guys either. That doesn't mean there's not 10 to 12 points
now
down there
with the
that they can get off of certain matchups. That's what I'm saying.
John Brown wants to know what are you drinking,
I'm just saying there are points that are available for your big man down there. Hey, John, listen, like I tell y'all, listen, you guys make sure you come back and see me.
I'm gonna call you.
I just don't want anybody disconnect phone numbers.
I'm gonna call you Billy Harper.
I'm gonna call you
Derek Allen.
Change
man.
Twitter handles. Hey, listen. I just happen to know with these matchups, and
oh God,
no,
God.
It's the truth. It's the truth of the matter. You guys are trying to tell me. You guys are trying to tell me that I should be concerned about some guy that we gave a fake name, Zubac Shakur.
I think
nobody else in the league is concerned about.
Billy, I think the last.
What are we doing here?
8 games against the Mavericks should scare you about Zubac because he may not be doing that against everybody else, but why is he doing it against the Mavericks? Answer me that.
Because that's because the Mavericks are not a good defensive team. Period. Whether you're a big man, you just watched it tonight. You see second and third tier guys get it in. So
and what Depot 7 part of that? Wasn't Depot 7 a part of that?
Hey, look, he's not. Yeah, but Dwight Powell. I'm not telling you that Dwight Powell. I never mentioned that Dwight Powell was the guy that was going to stop Zubac. What I'm saying is Zubac scores his points off of second chance points. Right? That's what he does. Zubac scores his points the same way that Dwight Powell and those guys score theirs. There's a guy that's penetrating. They kick it to him under the basket, and he scores. Now, is that accurate or is that not? Because I'm not seeing Zubac shoot no 15-foot jumper. I'm not seeing him back guys down in the post and score over and over again. He might do it on occasion, but his game predicated. So that's what I'm saying. So those same opportunities are on the other side. That's all I'm saying.
Billy, this is the Mavericks' Achilles heel. They're not a good defensive rebounding team. You can get offensive rebounds in the Mavericks because they don't. Right. They're not physical enough to block out. That's basically what he get all his points in.
Yeah, he says
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
It says last time,
and that matters.
Went against us. I think he only missed 2 shots.
Yeah, all over dunks.
Yeah, they were. They were. But you know what? You know what also in the other game that he played all 3 of those games. I looked it up. He scored all those fine points and everything. Tell me how attributed to a win. And tell me what fans scored against him. Let's also bring up that point. Talk about it from one side. If we're going to talk this basketball thing, we have to talk it from both sides. So, yeah, he went 8 of 9 or 9 of 10 with all dunks. Yes, but who did he stop? That's my question.
Billy, you should be ashamed of the broadcast.
Because I guarantee you his man gave him, if not that same.
How did we get in this road? How did we get on this road?
Well, the guy who.
We got on this road with no tires.
Because you guys are telling me about
the gas line going empty. Billy done drove us on this dirt road. All there is a tumbleweed and a raccoon waving like, oh man, what the hell y'all doing on this street?
I'm just telling you guys are telling me about a guy who played the Mavericks 3 times this year. Y'all are telling me, oh, he went, let's say he took 25 shots between all 3 games. He went 20 of 25. Most of them were dunks and all that stuff. He
So
lost
Billy, what you
he
telling
lost
me?
2 of the 3 games. The last one he played in, they lost by 16 freaking points. How does this game? Please tell me that.
So Billy, what are you telling us is
Don't
that?
worry, I still have plenty of time to take that.
So Billy, what are you telling us? What are you telling us is that the Mavericks front court is better than the Clippers front court? Is that what you're telling? I'm just trying to give an idea where you're
not
going.
in any way. No. Not in any way.
can
Listen
deal
to
with
what
that.
I'm saying.
I thought that was you were heading towards this.
I can accept that. I can accept that.
What I'm saying is the Mavericks front court is not what the Clippers front court is. Not that at all. Okay. What I'm saying to you is that the way we're celebrating Zubac and making him the X factor and saying, oh, well, he scores like this. This is the same way. This is the same way that he scores the exact same way that Dwight Powell scores. He's not an offensive juggernaut. It has to be created for him. So as long as you have Luka, as long as you have Jalen Brunson and guys who can create, he will have opportunities as well. Dwight Powell, I'm not saying Dwight Powell is going to stop Zubac from backing down and scoring over the shoulder. I'm not saying that. He's not big enough. But at the same time, Zubac is not athletic enough to stay with Dwight Powell. So when the Mavericks are playing and they're running that pick and roll or pick and dive, Dwight Powell, many of opportunities, same way with Carlisle, to finish at the rim over Zubac. So let's not make it seem like Zubac is going to give 15, 20 and the Mavericks and he's just going to lock down the Mavericks inside. That's not what's going to happen. There will be even opportunities on both sides, which takes me back to what I said before. It's about the coaching. Is your coach going to put your players in position to do what they do well? That's all I'm saying. It's not a who's better, Zubac or Dwight Powell. It's not about that. I'm saying there will be opportunities.
I thought you did say
Zubac. In the series.
I thought you did Dwight Powell was better than Zubac. Where you was going with it? I thought that's what you were going with it.
Kendrick, can you tell us who the best Mav and who the worst Mav was on the floor tonight?
No, I was just saying. No, I'm saying give us opportunity.
Okay. Best Mav was the best Mav was people who stayed to watch this game.
Oh no, man! Come on, man.
The worst. No, the best Mav was the end of the season. That was the best man.
I'm gonna go with KP as the best Mav on the floor tonight. That's who the best.
You said KP? Okay, KP was the best Mav on the floor tonight. The worst Mav on the floor tonight was
Luka.
Well, let's go Luka then.
I'm gonna go Luka.
Luka?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Luka tonight. Hey man, thanks for joining us, man. We got to get to these interviews. They got them potted up tonight, real quick. Now that this last game of the season, they want to get in and get out.
Yeah, make sure Depot Sale is getting interviewed too.
Now, he's not on the list tonight. He's not on the list for interviews tonight.
Damn it. Superstar he is. All right, guys.
Oh man, I think we lost Billy's feed. He'll hop back in a second. But in the meantime, let's check out the Ric Carlisle. Oh wait, I don't even have it potted up. Thought I did. Yeah, we'll get Billy back here in a second. As we wait on the okay, well, since it's going to do that to me, it said the foul was too big. Never fear, though. All we have to do is this. And we will have it up here in just a second.
Your thoughts on a rematch with the Clippers?
They're a great team. We certainly have a level of familiarity from last year's playoffs and also playing them 3 times this year. But their team is different this year, and so we're going to have to do a very close study and figure out the best way to go in terms of matchups and and how to defend and attack them.
All right, we'll jump to Brad Thompson. Brad, go ahead.
Yes, obviously you guys have new players that weren't part of last year's series, but I'm wondering in what way you think you guys might be different in terms of coming through what you guys did this year, the perseverance and the momentum you gained at the end of the season.
Well, there were a lot of positives from this year. Somewhere around the 30 to 32, 3, 4 game mark on, and those are good things. We are different. We'll evaluate, how that fits into the equation of how we're gonna guard them, how we're gonna match up with them, and how we're gonna attack them. We have the experience of last year's playoffs under our belt, but this year's going to be different because we're going to be in arenas and there are going to be fans. I don't know what the Clippers have certified for their arena in terms of number of fans, but Dallas, we've got, I think, so far a minimum of 9,000, and I know that they were working at possibly getting more. So that's going to change. That'll change the dynamic some, which is good. This is really the essence of the playoff experience. But last year, the quality of play in the playoffs was very, very high, and so I expect it will be again. It's a very challenging series. They're a top team. They're a legitimate contending team. And so it's a big challenge, but we're looking forward to it.
We've got time for 2 more. Tim Cato, go ahead.
Hey, Rick, the play-in tournament obviously changes things with the longer run time. How do you anticipate this week looking?
Well, it'll be a rarity for this year on the one hand, because there haven't been a lot of breaks. On the other hand, we did have the 8-day break. I believe it was in February. We had 2 games canceled, due to the weather grid and the electricity grid and all those kinds of things. We will put together a schedule to get the right amount of both.
I don't know. I think they had a problem with Rick's press conference there, but let's go. Let's go over to KP and hear what he had to say after tonight's game.
Who was this year? Something. Luka. All right, Tim McMahon, go ahead.
KP, how much are you looking forward to the playoffs after obviously last year not getting to finish that series?
Yeah, I'm extremely excited. I think we all are. Just experiencing a little bit experiencing the playoffs for the first time without fans, even without fans, was incredible in the bubble. So we're really looking forward to this year having some fans back and trying to play our best basketball and show it in the playoffs.
All right, Brad, go ahead.
Yeah, KP,
Luka, your thoughts?
What do you think you guys gained from the bubble experience last year, and how different of a team are you this time around going into this?
I think it was extremely important for us to get that first experience in the playoffs. For a lot of us, it was, and just to understand what's the intensity like, and what's the emotional and like mental state, that you're in when you go into the playoffs. In each game, it's like life or death. Kind of reminded me a little bit of back in the day when I was back in the day. Like I'm super old, no, but like I used to play in Europe. We had one game a week, so every game was life or death, and it's like that in the playoffs too. So that's kind of what I'm looking forward to, and just leaving everything out there each and every minute of the game and each and every possession, and see how far we can go.
All right, we've got two more here. Kevin, go ahead.
And KP, obviously the rematch with the Clippers in the first round, part 2. Do you look at this as any kind of personal redemption for you, given how your season ended in that first round series, given the injury that you suffered and how well you were playing prior to that injury?
No personal, beef or no personal. It's not personal. At the end, we as a basketball team are trying to get better with each year and with each game and with each whatever. And it's again the Clippers, and we look forward to competing against them again. They're a more experienced team than us. Have some guys that have went all the way and won it all. So it's going to be a great challenge for us, and we're looking forward to it. And, I think it's it's not personal. We're just going in there, and trying to play our best basketball as the Mavericks.
All right, Tim Cato, go ahead.
Hey, KP, I know you missed the first matchup against the Clippers, but when you guys played them in the regular season, the two back-to-back that you participated in, does anything stand out from those two games that comes to mind? Maybe especially in context of how their team is different?
Yeah. It's not going to be exactly the same like it was, in the bubble or there's going to be adjustments and second game of that, back-to-back series that we had. I had Kawhi guarding me most of the game, so we'll see what they do in the playoffs. We'll see. They have a different team. They have Ibaka also, so it's going to be interesting. And as I said, we're just looking forward to the challenge.
All right, that'll do it. Thank you, KP.
Thank you, guys.
And we have JB sitting in the chair.
All right, that was KP giving his thoughts of going to the playoffs, and now we have one Luka. Let's hear what he had to say.
Luka, your thoughts about the excitement of facing the Los Angeles Clippers again in the first round of the playoffs, given the matchup and rivalry that you all developed with them last year?
I mean, it's great, It's a great matchup. They have a hell of a team, and it's going to be tough to beat them. But it's a hell of a matchup.
Now we'll go to Brad Thompson. Brad, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't see the.
Brad, you're good.
Yeah, Luka, in what ways do you think you're different this time around? And in particular, what experience do you guys think? What do you think you gained from being in the playoffs last year in the bubble that will help you this time around?
I think a lot of experience from the last year. We played them. It was fun to play. I'm not gonna lie, it was fun. It was a lot of trash talking, a lot of hard plays, but it was fun. That's what basketball is about, man. It was fun.
All right, we're gonna do two more. Eddie, go ahead.
Luka, how would you sum up your regular season, both individually and as a team?
I mean, I think we did great. Fifth or sixth, where we are now, fifth. So I think it was great especially after the start we had. But I think we had a great season,
All right, we'll do one more. Get you out of here. Tim, go ahead.
Luka, you mentioned a lot of trash talk in the series last year, and obviously a lot of that was with you and Marcus Morris. A lot of heated moments. What are your thoughts on matching up with him probably guarding you a lot again?
And it's gonna be okay. He's a hell of a player, hell of a defender. Trash talk is always there, and if it's not, you're not really competing. So it's gonna be great. Actually, he apologized to me on the one that he stepped the game we played in Dallas, I think. And it's all good. But trash talk is always gonna be there. Like I said, if you're not gonna trash talk, you're not really competing, especially in the playoffs.
Do you always trash talk in English, or do you ever go to other languages?
Depends on the moment.
All right. I guess that'll wrap it up for me and Billy this Maverick season. We had a lot of fun doing this, but don't think this is it. We are going to be doing the playoffs post game too. So we'll be doing post game after every playoff game. We do want to thank everybody who joined us and participated with us this Mavs season. And it was a hell of fun. Hasn't been decided if we'll come back and do it next year, but we're definitely having a conversation about it. But yes, definitely join us for the playoffs next weekend as they start, and the Mavericks will start against the Clippers. So we'll see everybody next weekend. Like we always say, keep your feet on the ground, keep reaching for the stars, always do what's best for business. And if we don't see you around, then we'll see you around.